All right, welcome back to part two of the Empowerment with PCOS and Endometriosis event. Thank you guys for listening in. I know this timing was awkward for all of us because most of us are working, but thank you for taking the time to listen. So I am talking today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and more of a personal experience. Now that you've learned some great tips, you're going to learn some more great tips on Friday from Pauli. But today I'm going to talk to you about my story and my experience and where we're at and show you some great products that you can start to use and swap out that will help the hormonal side of all this stuff, which is also going on with us. So my name is Lyndsi, and I personally have PCOS. I have yet to know if I have endometriosis. I've definitely gone down a mad journey with these this autoimmune, and I would think I would know that by now, but hearing Pauli talk about it kind of being similar has me super curious now. I'm like so curious after listening to Monday's call. So my story goes back to about, let's see, my kiddos are 11 now. So my story goes back about 14 years ago. And I was 30. Well, how old am I today? 28, 29, 30, somewhere in that time frame. And I had just gotten married. And we were like on the train of it's time to start a family. And I was doing all this health stuff, working out. I was eating right. I had lost like 80 pounds back then. I was in like really great shape. And I started struggling with this idea of getting pregnant, or just struggling in general. Like every single time would be a negative test over and over and over. And this was going on for a long time. And it was obviously very frustrating when you're trying to start a family. And it was exhausting. And I finally had a conversation with a friend of mine who is a PA up in Michigan, and she had referred me to a doctor. And I went in to see him, and he was a fertility specialist. He was very specific to working with women like myself. At this point, I had no idea what was going on, and I could not like connect the dots of like why there was a disconnect. I was like super healthy, and I was like, what is the deal? And so I went in, and he did a ton of blood work on me. And that week, I was actually literally supposed to be on a plane to a specific event for the business I was with at the time. And I had booked my flight, booked my hotel, like all of that stuff was done. And literally the day before I was supposed to go to California, he called me and he said three things to me. And he said, "Hey, I got your blood work back. Number one, you have PCOS." And I was just like, what? Me? No, no, I don't. Like, and I was shocked that I was so much older and didn't know this. And I had, I was just shocked that doctors hadn't really talked to me about this in all the years I'd seen doctors. And I don't know if Ollie has insight on that, but maybe it's just a thing that they don't, maybe it's more common now. Maybe it was not as common back then. I really don't know that answer. But he figured that out right away. He was like, number one, you have PCOS. Number two, you're having a miscarriage right now. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, I'm pretty sure you're having a miscarriage right now. Your numbers are coming out bad. And like, it was just a lot in one phone call. And the third thing he said was, and number three, we're going to help you go through fertility treatments to have a family. So I got these three things told to me in one phone call. And the next day I was supposed to be on a plane to California and be with all these people. And I canceled the trip. And wow, this is like emotional to talk about because it like brings it all back to like reality. So I'm going to try not to be emotional, but man, it's very emotional. Anyways, so that started my journey of infertility. That started my journey of like realizing like I have stuff going on. And it started my journey to research PCOS. And I learned a little bit about endometriosis through this because they do, like Pauli's been saying, they do work together, or they're common together. Or Pauli, I'm just going to let you, like, I'm not the medical person here. Like, I just have a story to tell and like things that I've done, but I know they work together because that's why we're doing this event. And so to this day, I'm like, I don't think I have endometriosis because I am now aware of PCOS, but who knows? So there's that. So that is a little bit about me. I ended up asking the doc. I remember so clearly asking the doctor, like, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to change? What do I need to eat? What do I need to do? And he was like, nothing, you're fine. You're doing amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, okay, well, that's not working. And so began a journey of infertility and a whole lot of treatment. So I started with, I couldn't even tell you, like Clomid type of stuff. And then there was, something that started with an L, and I can't remember the name of it. There was a lot of tests. There was a lot of blood work. There was a lot of living in that doctor's office. And eventually I got removed from that office, and I got sent to a different doctor because it was, I believe it was an insurance thing. It was something like, or it was he doesn't do IVF. It was something like that. It was 14 years ago. So bear with me as I think back to this. But I just remember it was one of the hardest things I'd ever gone through. And eventually, like, the story gets so crazy, like that we got to the point where I had to take a trigger shot, and they were on the edge of doing IVF with this new doctor that I had no comfort with, who also was like, you're doing everything great, keep going. And I couldn't even tell you that doctor's name because it was such a blur at that point. Because when you're in an infertility journey, it's a lot. There's a lot of no's, there's a lot of negative tests, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of like annoyance with your body. Like, why me? Why do I have this? There's just so much to it. And but I remember they gave me this medicine and they were like, okay, you have to take this between 8 and 9 a.m. And then you have to come back the next day. It has to be in this timing. And I'll never forget it. I was literally an hour and a half away from the doctor's office. I was super South Chicago at the time. And the doctor's office was way up in the suburbs. And I went to see a nurse friend to help me get this trigger shot. And it was broken. We got in there and the whole thing was destroyed and broken. And I had like I had like 30 minutes because of the timing. So I had to race to the pharmacy. And I remember so clearly, Chicago traffic is no joke. We're driving around all morning. I eventually ended up at the doctor's office. Like, it was like 2 hours. And they're like, you're okay. The timing's still great. And they gave me that trigger shot. And which was so comical because the whole thing was like, we can't actually give this to you. You need to do this at home. It was just a whole thing. And I'm like, okay, well, you're going to have to give it to me because I don't have any help. Everybody's at work. Like y'all are right now, right? Like they're all at work. It was just so much. It was super traumatic, to be honest. But like looking back, that was the moment right after that treatment that I ended up finding out later on that I was pregnant with twins. And today I have my boys. They're 11 years old now. So it's been quite a journey with the PCOS world over here. So one thing that I wanted to share, since we were talking about products, and I'm going to see if I can share a little bit of a story with you, a quick one, and then walk you through some products, because the one thing that would have been nice to know that I did not know at the time was that the products we use can affect our hormones because they're toxic, because they have chemicals. And the biggest thing I've learned this year, and I'm only learning this year, which is pretty crazy again for me. I feel like I get behind on things. I'm like, how did I not know this stuff? But when you know, you know. And so we as females are exposed to 187 chemicals every single day. And that's a stat, which is just wild to me. And what happens is when things come through your skin, when things come through the environmental toxins, like you can't control this. There's no like putting yourself in a bubble and getting away from all of it. Like that's impossible. But what you can do is start to pay attention to the ingredients you're using. You can start to pay attention to products you have. You can start to swap them slowly out as you finish using one. And you can now think differently, look at products differently. And so I'm going to talk to you about some of those today, which is my part of this. But I want to show you something if my computer will let me. Let me see here if I can pull this up. 1 second. Are you going to let me pull it up? Let's see. No. Okay. Hold on 1 second. It literally just pulled everything away from me, including my slides. Did it really just do that? Okay. Well, 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. Okay.
Featuring dates with special guests. Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Ben.
We are the founders, CEOs, and parents of Hue and Grace. We created Hue and Grace to enhance your life with natural, high-performing, versatile products that help support hormone health.
We started Hue and Grace to solve a problem.
It took us a really long time for us to have our family. We could never get pregnant, diagnosed unexplained infertility. Incredibly, we have our family, and sister volunteered to be our surrogate and gave birth to our son, Hugh. And then my sister volunteered to be our second surrogate and gave birth to our daughter, Grace.
It was really when we got to the other side of the struggle where we looked back and said, man, there are a lot of things that we wish we'd have known. Simple health principles that have nothing to do with what you would consider as fertility, but everything to do with good health. So we decided, let's do something about it. And that's the foundation of Hue and Grace.
So we create products that go on, in, and around your body. Products that help detox, repair, and protect your cells from chemical exposure. Products that work incredibly well, that are luxurious, high-performing, and also natural.
The pandemic got us all thinking. How do we want to live? Do we really have to live the way we have in the past? Do we have to do things the way that society had told us to? How can we mix our lifestyle with our livelihood? If we could do that, we're creating something special. We wanted to be able to reward those who shared our products word of mouth, which is the most effective way to market. And
Okay, so that's a just sneak peek into that story. And then they get into like the business, which is where I come in, having been involved in this company for about 2 months now. I'm pulling my slides back up because they totally got deleted. So hold tight while I keep talking here. I met Sarah Jensen, who was just talking and telling her fertility story. And it blew my mind to hear her story because nobody talked to me about the products I was using while I was going through my own journey. There was no conversation whatsoever about products and how they could be affecting your body. So I wanted to share that. And now I'm going to walk you through, oh, it is up. Okay. Now I'm going to walk you through some of these and let's do this. Okay. So I already talked about this a little bit. These products we're going to go through are hormone safe and non-toxic, and they're safe for the whole family, which is really cool to say, because I know that's important. Because our kiddos, they have their hormones too, right? And I've already said this, but we are exposed to 187 chemicals a day as females. Males are exposed to about 86. And when you have that toxic buildup in your body, it can affect everything. So as I get into this, I want you to know we have certificate of analysis. All products have been third-party tested. There is transparency on all ingredients, and they have worked with a team of multiple doctors and professionals to help create these. So let's do it. Okay, so the first one, this is the day and night supplement. So This day supplement has been mind-blowing for me, which is so crazy too, because it's just 2 little pills and it helps improve your mood. It promotes natural energy, immune support, and aids in detoxifying the body. And on the next slide, I'm going to kind of walk you through a little bit of the ingredients because I know that's going to be really important. The night supplement is something that promotes relaxation, does not have melatonin in it because I know that is a big deal to not have, and improves your quality of sleep and promotes concentration. So here's a little bit more in depth of what these products look like. We have the morning supplement here. That ingredients are curcumin, C3 complex, biopurine. We've got vitamin D3, ginger root powder, milk thistle, cranberry extract, and CQ10. I think I said that right. And I know that that has played a huge role. Personally, I actually skipped like a whole week of this and I was like, what is wrong with me? And I realized like I had stopped taking this because I forgot about it. And so this helps to provide great immune and cardiovascular support, reduces inflammation from exercise, and supports antioxidant health by reducing oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is like the daily stressors that we're dealing with all the time. Like that just comes at us that we're like, I didn't know this was happening today and now I'm really stressed. So that is what this specific product helps with. And I will post these like broken down in the group as well. I don't think I've done that yet because I know I've talked about this a lot in the group, but I don't think I've gone into this specific guide. So the night supplement promotes relaxation, improves your quality of sleep, and promotes concentration. It has a magnesium glycinate. Did I say that right, Pauli? A passion flower extract. So something that was so cool about hearing about passion flower extract was I have a friend who is a hormone health, gut health professional, and she had told me before I knew about any of this, she's like, you need to get on passion flower extract. And so it was wild to me to like see it in one of these products. I was like, oh my God, I already take that. It was really fun to see because of the calming effects and how much it can help us. Lemon balm extract and L-theanine. And then this will help you with your quality of sleep, boosted with magnesium, the 2 of the most effective minerals, L-theanine and magnesium. And amino acids, when used daily, can help promote a state of relaxation, help your muscles, your bones, your nervous system function properly. Add in lemon balm and passion flower herbs that helps reduce your stress and your anxiety. So this all is known for improving your quality of sleep. Okay, on to the next. We have the Hydrate and Detox, which has been a really awesome product for me personally. And this collagen has been wild for me to talk about. There's a lot of collagens out there. And if you ever notice collagen, when you put it in water, it will be cloudy. This guy will be clear because it's one ingredient and it's cod and there's nothing else. And it has all 3 types. Okay, so it's helping your joints, it's helping your skin, it's helping your nails, it's helping your hair. And your hair, my hair is the thickest, healthiest it's ever been, grows crazy long now because I simply got on this. Not that I fully needed that, but like, it's just wild how much it helps because with PCOS, we do have hair loss. So I lose hair every single day. I can just put my hand through here and I'll take a whole clump of hair out. Like it just comes out, which is a little frustrating. It is all over my desk right now. So collagen has been really important. It helps restore, this one helps restore your levels, support your joints, muscles, promotes healthy aging, encourages smooth skin, strong hair, nails, and helps with reduction in fine lines and wrinkles. And then we've got the Hydrate Detox. This has some incredible stuff in it. And I'm going to bounce over and really break that down instead of reading off of that page. So this has the, what do we call it? The super antioxidant glutathione. So that is like the super help where it comes in the master antioxidant and detoxifier. So what happens when you have this product is the glutathione will grab all these toxins, all these chemicals we've been exposed to, from environmental to food, to lotions, to skin, to all the things that we're doing. And it will literally, they move very quickly to the liver, and it helps the liver get that stuff out of your body. So it's detoxifying, getting that stuff out. Okay. It also has an optimal balance of high quality electrolytes. So electrolytes we talked about. And something that's important to note with electrolytes out there is some have high levels of sugar, and some have high levels of salts. And so we've got a little bit of that going on with different electrolytes out there. There's a lot of different ones to review. This one comes in with just a really subtle balance. In fact, this whole thing has 0 sugar, which is interesting. You have to actually put it in a cup before you put the liquid in the cup, or it will clump up because of that. So that's been interesting to experience, as my former electrolytes have always been, you can just pour them in the liquid. This is a lemon flavor, so it tastes like a lemonade. It has a probiotic in it called Subtilis DE111. And that has been shown to help support a healthy gut microbiome and to promote digestive and immune health in both adults and in children. So kiddos can have this, which is super cool. My children are in sports now, they're 11. So it's really important that they're getting the minerals. This is something else that I was not familiar with, but I am one who will drink 1.5 gallons of water a day to stay hydrated. And I was told, are you getting your minerals in? Like, if you're not getting minerals in, you're still not going to be hydrated. You've got to have the minerals. So this product really helps with that part of it as well, because it's got sea salt, potassium. It's got magnesium citrate for optimum electrolyte balance and hydration. And then the detox blend, which I talked about, which is L-glutathione, helps protect tissue from oxidative stress as well, and toxins, and provides a gentle detox. Okay. So that's that product. And then we already have gone through collagen. I talked a little bit more about that. This product, I just want to reiterate, is 1 ingredient. It's Japanese codfish, and grown in a pristine water that is fully tested. So no heavy metals, no added chemicals, nothing like that in here. It's lactose, soy, GMO, and gluten-free. And it is just been a mind-blowing collagen. I've tried a lot of collagens in my life, and this one has really, really blown my mind. Having to get my hair done more often, but it's just been so nice. So, okay, now we also have the bath salts. These guys, and we have a little dry brush over here. And the bath salts are currently in a position to be, they're buy one, get one free right now. And these smell so amazing. If only I had my bathtub working right now. We are in the middle of getting a pipe fixed on that. So here's the ingredients on the bath salts. Okay, we've got a lot of different things going on here. We've got vanilla fruit extract, vitamin E, vitamin C, Mediterranean sea salt, a coconut milk powder. You've got yuzu oil, which is this, it looks like it's a citrus fruit, a grapefruit and lime, making a calm, soothing, mood lifting product. And then you've got the coconut oil in general. So this helps to this helps to balance, protect, detox, restore the skin, relieve inflammation, soothe sore muscles, and help irritated skin, deeply cleanse pores, balance oil production, and decrease bacteria that has led to breakouts, helps brighten, hydrate, and soothe, naturally moisturizes, helps to alleviate anxiety and lift your mood, and promotes healthy skin. So that is your bath salts. They have a couple little things down here where they kind of match it up, and there's a really cool spot where they'll some of these things are versatile. This is obviously is what it is here on this page. You've got over here, we've got the dry brush, which Pauli walked through on Monday. Natural bamboo, very simple, aids in helping with detox and all that good stuff, increasing blood flow. So we'll move on. Now here we have the cleansing and detox bar, and we have the body oil. And this is really fun for me to talk about this body oil has been, I just learned today that it can be a bug spray. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? So it's been fun to see how Sarah in the video earlier was so mindful when she created these with the team she works with, that this stuff was versatile. And so, for example, with the body oil, you can use it as a makeup remover. You can use it in your hair for an oil treatment. You can use it on your skin, and it aids in protecting from environmental toxins. So you put it on and it basically creates a barrier. So when you go out and you're dealing with all these chemicals that we're being exposed to, it can aid in a barrier, which is super nice. And then it also helps your cuticles. And the most recent thing I learned is bug spray. And I'm like, okay, I would have never seen that coming. And then we have this cleansing bar. I'm going to pop over here and get into a little bit more on the body oil. It is grapeseed oil, meadow foam seed oil, rose hip, sea buckthorn oil, ylang ylang oil, all of which have great benefits. It hydrates, nourishes, moisturizes, replenishes, and energizes, relieves dryness. It's family friendly, so the kiddos can use it too. And here's where you can see what you can swap it for. You can swap it for a moisturizer, a cuticle oil, a hair oil, a bath oil. You can even use it for massage oil, a bug repellent. It's just wild how versatile this stuff is. We have skin stuff that I didn't get into in this specific presentation, but the same thing. It's a lot of things that are in one that you can use for different reason, which is super cool because that ends up saving you counter space, saving you money, and of course, saving you time, right? I don't need to go buy all these other things. And I know that this is hormone safe and helping reduce chemical exposure, which plays a huge role in our bodies and our health. Okay, the cleansing bar. This one's really good, and this one has a lot, so I might just leave. There's a lot of ingredients. It's an adaptogen complex, cocoa butter, colloidal oatmeal, glycerin, kaolin clay, and macadamia nut oil in here. This helps to keep skin healthy by counteracting the effects of stress in the body. Something that's really important about the products here is they are very big on helping keep your stress down, helping with oxidative stress, with the wellness supplements I talked about earlier. Stress can manifest physical changes in the body, including harming the neurological, endocrine, and immune systems, where adaptogens boast stimulant properties to help prevent and reverse aging. This contains apoptogenic and skin nourishing properties to help balance skin's pH and improve immunity barrier of skin. Again, this is family friendly. Natural oils and butters keep skin hydrated and moisturized. So this guy, I had to add over here, you can swap this for your body soap, your hand soap, your face soap, an exfoliator, and a shoe deodorizer. Like, that's pretty wild. Something I liked, it also can be used as a bug bite reliever. It can be used to clean your makeup brushes, keep your fingernails clean. Like, it's super cool how she thought about this stuff in such a versatile way. So again, as you're starting to swap out products that may be really high in chemicals and toxins, you've got one thing that can handle a lot for you. And this lasts. That's the other thing. Going back to the body oil, I've had the same body oil since December, and it is March. So this stuff lasts for a long time, which again saves you a lot of money. Okay, down to the wire here. We've got the gua sha, which works really nicely with skin, reduces puffiness, improves circulation, minimizes fine lines, restores youthful glow, helps to relax the body and mind. Just something I wanted to throw in there that many will use on their face when they do their skin. And then we have a body polish, which is super, super smelly, like smells so good. It has blue tansy in it. And I believe I have the details on that. Yes, I do. So we have magnesium. Okay, we've got this specific magnesium used for stress and sleep quality. We've got the passion. Oh, this is the night. I hit the wrong ingredient on that. Okay, let me back up. I just realized that's the wrong. That goes back to the night product. Okay, so this has blue tansy. That's what I was going to say. That's what's in this. And this works naturally to help balance, protect, detox, and restore the skin. So body polish is like, have you ever had like a sugar scrub for your skin? That's what this is like. This helps to deeply cleanse your pores, balance oil production, decrease bacteria that leads to breakouts. This helps to brighten, hydrate, and soothe. It naturally moisturizes, alleviates anxiety, and lifts your mood and promotes healthy skin. So when all is said and done, I'm pretty sure that's the end of the slides. If you guys decide that you want Pauli's Endo program, she's going to talk about that on Friday. She's going to come back. She's going to talk about a little bit more in depth on the pelvic floor, because we've got this body that we have one and we want to rock it, right? Because we only have one life, one body. And so we've got the movement piece. We've got the parts and pieces that Pauli brings to the table here with her expertise to help you. And then she brought a part of it, and she wants to bring a little bit more when it comes down to the pelvic floor. And then she's going to explain this program that you can be a part of and work with her, and she can support you. And what I will let Pauli do all that talking, but what I know about Pauli is if you struggle with leakage, Kegels are not the answer. That's what I know. So when you are working on that piece in her program, you also get a gift card to pick out some of these Hue and Grace products to start to swap out. So you can start to have hormone safe, non-toxic products and have at least start to reduce chemical exposure, because 187 chemicals a day to our body really wreaks havoc. And so that was why Sarah, in that video, brought this company to life just about 3 or 4 years ago. She started to work with professionals to create products to reduce that exposure, because that does totally screw with your endocrine system. And so we want to also have that starting to come in place where your hormones are not being disrupted. So that's what we got for today. I don't know if you want to say anything, Pauli, because I know that was a lot, or if you want to wait till Friday. We're going to bring more education to you, and then she's going to explain the program. And then whichever direction you want to go, you will get a gift card to Hue and Grace to shop for whatever it is you'd like to add to the program.
Oh, I'll just add one thing. So I think sometimes when someone starts this journey of like, oh my gosh, like I need to make all these changes, and like it's like this is bad for me and this is bad for me. I think so like Lyndsi was saying, there's a lot of Hue and Grace products that offer a lot of great things. And my first suggestion to you is to not be overwhelmed. Like Lyndsi even referenced that when she was saying like, oh, I have to do all these things. And so rather than like, oh my gosh, I have to go, I mean, like, spend thousands of dollars, when you run out of something, then you just swap it. And then when you run out of something else, then just swap it. That would be one of my pieces of advice. And I'm pretty sure that's how Lyndsi, because you could spend a fortune changing out all of your cleaning products, all of your hygiene products, all your fragrance sprays in the home. And so while it's really easy to go look and see like what's bad and what's,
yeah, it can get overwhelming.
This is a great way to swap it out. And the other thing that I'll say too is you can really get down to the science of this. And as Lyndsi was talking, I was like, oh, and then we should tell them this, and then we should tell them this. I won't get into the science of it, but really what it comes down to, as I'm trying to teach my kids right now, like we don't need to eat a lot of sugar, and they know the difference between, because we have a diesel truck and we have a car that takes gas. And a lot of the products, like Lyndsi was saying, how we're exposed to 187 chemicals a day as females, it's like we're taking diesel and putting it into our gas car. Our body doesn't know what to do with it. And so when she's talking about the oxidative stress, just our body, as it's trying to break down things, and just even the process of us eating food and metabolizing it, creates what they call free radicals. So there's free radicals in our body. There's free radicals all around us. This is as sciencey as I'll get, I promise. But the premise behind doing a lot of this detoxing is that it's a way to like clean up what's happening in our body so it can start functioning better in the way that it was designed to. Because like Lyndsi was saying, I struggled with infertility and everyone's just loading me up with all these extra things rather than saying, okay, well, what is your body supposed to be doing? And then there's a lot of products that Lyndsi was talking about that comes in and does the cleanup, if you will,
Yes.
so that that body can do what it needs to. That's why all this is important. That's why endo pain can happen. That's why PCOS stuff can happen. That's why issues with your digest, like the list goes on, because that body isn't functioning like it's supposed to. So Hue and Grace is essentially, the way I would describe it, it's offering cleanup plus so many other things.
Yeah, it's like I remember the first couple of times I learned a bit about this this could be the first time you're hearing like all of this and you're like, what is this? And it was so overwhelming that I was like, I shut down. I really did. I shut down. I was like, I can't with this. And so I just didn't even open my eyes to it. So it wasn't until I heard a story that then I started asking questions and I was like, whoa. Hold on a second. Wait, what? And the more I learned about like washing your hands with regular soap, how that's actually it's going through your skin and it's affecting inside and things like that. And so the whole point of this or their company, Hue and Grace, is to help you just slowly swap. So yes, I want to show you different options, but not to feel like you need to grab every single thing and like change it all up. No. It's looking at products that are safer for our bodies and family friendly and like slowly swapping depending on what you feel you'd like to start with. You know, some people want to start by changing out skincare because they're done with it, or they just want to add the body oil in and just keep it very simple. Or maybe it's the hydrate detox and they want to like get a good mineral electrolyte in there and have that glutathione to support the liver, something like that, to just start to really have what Pauli's talking about, start to clean things up and just have reduced chemical exposure. But yeah, definitely not overwhelming, because I know for years, if I had ever heard or seen a post where it was like all these swaps, my brain was like, I can't even process, so I'm not even gonna look. And we want you to like start somewhere to start to work on your health. So thank you. That was really great. Okay. All right. We are going to be back on Friday. So what I'm going to do is get this out to everybody and we will collect all the questions. So we are going to answer, Pauli's going to answer questions around all this pelvic floor movement, all the things she's talked about. She is going to answer all those questions, and then she's going to break down the program so you can see what it's all about. And what else are we going to do? Is there anything else you're going to do? Talk about the pelvic floor a little bit on Friday?
Yeah, I'll just make some of the connections because I think sometimes it comes up. But yes, it'll be a grab bag, if you will, of many things.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you. And we will see you guys Friday.